Ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 UFL season has begun, and week one has already passed us. So let's move on to week two, shall we, with our week two power rankings. If you didn't see week one's power rankings, go watch that. Let's try to just keep watching them throughout the entire season. See what teams rise, see what teams fall. But let's get started with week two. At number 8, I have the Houston Gamblers. Absolutely atrocious performance against the Dallas Renegades. I will get their team name correct eventually. Losing a score of 36-12. Hunter Diericks, I hope I pronounced his name right, only having 227 passing yards, 1 touchdown, also a rushing touchdown. And also Hendrickson also splitting time with the QB. But yeah, other than that, the Houston offense was atrocious. Only 261 passing yards, which is not bad, but 42 rushing yards. They got to get that run game going eventually. The offense struggled. Yeah, they really couldn't do anything against the Dallas Renegades. Dallas Renegades is pretty good. The Dallas Renegades offense against the Houston defense, I would say, is like the Colorado Avalanches versus the Florida Panthers. Belt to ass. Basically what that game was. I got Houston at number 8. Yeah, it's not looking good. At number 7, I have the Columbus Aviators, a team that I thought was actually going to win their game against the Orlando Storm, I think. I don't remember my picks. Again, against Orlando Storm. They didn't play terrible, but they didn't play good. I thought really it was going to be a lot closer game. Only scoring 16 against Orlando's 23. So it was a close game in my opinion. But it was a late drive by Columbus at the end of the game that was really catching them back up. Just the stats I got pulled up here. They're rushing. The cured White 16 yards per carry, not bad. Also 3 rushing touchdowns as well by the Columbus Aviators running back. So if Senior White wants to carry the team on his carries, go ahead. He'll probably be the next Derrick Henry. But yeah, Orlando was just way too much for the Orlando's offense has really gotten going. I think the backside of Columbus, incredible coach. Yeah, Columbus, I got you at number 7. At number 6, I got the reigning defending UFL champions, the DC Defenders. I was actually at this game, so I can talk a lot more about what I saw. DC's performance at the beginning was absolutely shattering the Battlehawks' own line. Also, their defense was slow to start. Every team's offense was slow to start week 1. But yeah, defense was doing well for the DC Defenders. Offense was doing its job. We saw the first ever 4-point field goal in football history. That was a big moment. Mike Rappel was there at the game. I was right below him, or right above him. That was fun to watch. But yeah, DC's defense was really just collapsed in the second half. Even their offense was barely able to move the ball down the field. They did get a couple sacks on Brandon Silvers. Other than that, but that was all really on the first half. The second half, especially the fourth quarter, the DC Defenders defense was just imploding. Battlehawks, all they had to do was just little by little, pushing down the field. And yeah, scoring field goals, scoring touchdowns. I think DC will be back. I think it's just a hump. But losing week 1 against the Battlehawks when you're the reigning champs, I understand it was away. It's not the greatest look, but I got number 6. Number 5, I got the Louisville Kings. First of all, Louisville attendance was amazing. I am tired. Holy crap. Louisville attendance was amazing. That game between the Stallions and the Kings, I thought Kings had it at the end, but not. Actually, breaking news, now that I'm recording this video, the Kings has actually fired their offensive line coach. What was his name? I'm going to keep this part in because I'll put it up on the screen. He got fired after 1 game. 1 game is crazy. We already got breaking news. The coach has already been fired. No, Jason Beam, honestly, is probably the most underrated quarterback in the UFL, in my opinion. Throwing for 226 passing yards. His run game, I thought, could have been better. Other than that, that was it. I do think Lucy Jackson is going to help him a lot this year, having 73 receiving yards. Yeah, I think Jason Bean is an underrated quarterback. I think Louisville will find its stride. I don't know who they play in week 2, but they should be back. At number 4, I got the Birmingham Stallions, who beat the Kings. Matt Corral, honestly, he's gonna figure out 21 passes through 30 attempts, 208 yards, a touchdown pass. Jaden McKinnon's honestly is probably going to be the star for the Stallions. 9 receiving yards, 103, 9 receiving catches, 103 passing yards. But yeah, I think Birmingham's their weakest side, in my opinion, is their defense. I got their stats pulled up. Okay, never mind. The defense stats went away. But yeah, I think Birmingham's offense is going to do pretty good. Even Birmingham's defense gave up 272 total yards against Louisville, which isn't bad. Um, so yeah, I think out of the teams that won, I think they are the worst. But yeah, no, I think Birmingham will be back. At number 3, I got the St. Louis Battlehawks. A lot of people have them at 1 for some reason. I don't think so whatsoever. They should be at 1. The Battlehawks offense was slow, especially in the first half. Only scoring 6 points, 2 field goals in the first half. Really couldn't do much on offense. Now, the defense, though, holy crap, 7 sacks on the DC's defenders O-line. Does that say more about the Battlehawks defense? I think so. They also had 2 interceptions. Through 2? 1, 2. Was it 2 interceptions or 3? Yep, finished Googling it was 2. One on the where it was a flag for defensive pass interference that got overturned, and then one on the sideline. So yeah, that was defense. This team basically is the defense. The offense kind of is slowish. We'll see how they play week 2 against Dallas on Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Why is it Tuesday? I don't know. Yeah. I think St. Louis, we're back, baby. Let's go. At number 2, I got the Orlando Storm. Now, I only saw the second half of this game after DG Khaled came out. They had a slow start, I heard, on their first 2 drives, and then they just shined against Columbus. I a team when you have a coach that's already performed in the UFL is gonna get the guys even better. Jack Plummer throwing for 22 passes, completing 17, 240 yards, 1 touchdown. And yeah, the wide receiver for Storm, holy Badger with 4 I'm stuttering so much. 4 receptions, 127 yards, and Rowland 4 receptions, 28 yards, and a tutty. And the team stats, 379 yards. Holy crap. 29 attempts, 139 are rushing, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I think Orlando Storm's offense is going to be a little scary. We'll see how they face our in week 2. But yeah, I think Orlando is probably the second best team in the league. And then number 1, the Dallas Renegades, a belt to ass. A shocker for me, in my opinion. I thought Dallas, so far, was going to be ass. But no, they absolutely stomped their rival in the Houston Gamblers. Austin Reed, 376 passing yards, 3 tutties, breaking the UFL record for the most passing yards in a game. Yeah, Austin Reed starting over Luis Perez was probably the right call. Will Luis Perez gets traded? I don't know. It's way too early to tell. But yeah, that was my week 2 UFL power rankings. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys agree with my opinion or my power rankings. Let me know if you like them or don't. Make sure to follow us on Twitter or /ads and TikTok. We got a lot more videos coming out. Watch the previous video right here, wherever I put it. Thank you guys for watching. Call is the law. Bye-bye.